What if I told you that every single atom in your body was forged inside the nuclear furnace of a dying star billions of years ago? You're literally made of stardust. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, and the oxygen you're breathing right now all came from massive stellar explosions that scattered these elements across the universe. Here's the mind-blowing part. You have more in common with a distant galaxy than you do with the Earth beneath your feet. But did you know there's one element in your body that's even more mysterious than stardust itself? The mysterious detection. What if I told you that right now, as you're watching this video, there's something out there in the cold darkness of space that's completely rewriting the rules of physics? Voyager's instruments didn't just pick up another space rock drifting through the void. They detected something that made NASA's top scientists question everything they thought they knew about how objects move in space. This wasn't your typical asteroid following a predictable gravitational dance around distant stars. No, this thing was moving with what can only be described as intention, accelerating when it shouldn't, changing direction without any visible force acting upon it, and exhibiting behavior patterns that had the entire scientific community in an uproar. The initial data was so bizarre that Mission Control actually ran multiple system diagnostics, convinced that Voyager's 40-year-old instruments had finally malfunctioned. But every test came back clean, confirming that what they were seeing was real. This object was moving through the cosmic void like it had somewhere to be, following a path that defied our fundamental understanding of celestial mechanics. The movement patterns were so unusual and purposeful that they immediately ruled out every natural explanation in the book, leaving scientists with a terrifying question. If this isn't natural, then what exactly is controlling it? Voyager's incredible journey. 47 years ago, when disco was king and nobody had even heard of the internet, humanity launched what would become the most successful spy mission in history. Except this spy wasn't watching other countries, it was watching the entire universe. Voyager didn't just leave Earth's neighborhood, it became our first ambassador to the cosmos, traveling so far that sunlight takes over 22 hours to reach it, making it literally the most isolated human-made object in existence. This incredible machine has survived cosmic radiation that would fry your smartphone in seconds, temperatures that would freeze nitrogen solid, and the mind-bending emptiness of interstellar space where there's less than 1 atom per cubic centimeter. While you've been living your entire life, going to school, starting careers, maybe even raising families, Voyager has been silently cruising through the void at 38,000 miles per hour, sending back data that has completely revolutionized our understanding of planets, moons, and the very structure of our solar system. It's witnessed the volcanic eruptions on Jupiter's moon Io, discovered new moons around Saturn, and provided the first close-up images of Uranus and Neptune that still blow scientists' minds today. But here's the truly mind-boggling part. Voyager is now so far from home that it's actually swimming through the interstellar medium, the space between star systems where no human-made object has ever ventured before, making every single piece of data it sends back a first-time discovery about regions of space we never dreamed we'd explore. The object's strange behavior. Every law of physics that Isaac Newton wrote down 300 years ago just got thrown out the window by something moving through space like it's playing by completely different rules. This wasn't some predictable space rock following the boring mathematical dance that every other object in the universe performs. This thing was accelerating when it should have been slowing down, turning corners in the vacuum of space where there's literally nothing to push against, and exhibiting movement patterns that made seasoned astrophysicists question their entire careers. The data showed acceleration bursts that couldn't be explained by solar wind, gravitational slingshots, or any other natural force we know about, almost as if the object had its own internal engine firing at will. Even more disturbing, it was changing course with precision that suggested either some form of advanced propulsion system or, and this is what kept scientists awake at night, intelligent control guiding its path through the cosmic void. The movement wasn't random or chaotic like you'd expect from a tumbling asteroid. It was deliberate, calculated, and purposeful in ways that immediately ruled out every natural explanation in our textbooks. When Mission Control plotted its trajectory, they discovered it was following a path that seemed to have specific destinations in mind, accelerating towards certain regions of space while avoiding others, behavior that was so erratic yet intentional that it forced the scientific community to confront a terrifying possibility. What if this object wasn't just moving through space, but was actually being piloted by something with intelligence far beyond our understanding? Ruling out known phenomena. When NASA's brightest minds started crossing items off their cosmic checklist, they realized they were dealing with something that shouldn't exist according to everything we know about space. This wasn't a planet. Planets don't suddenly change direction mid-orbit like they're avoiding traffic. It wasn't an asteroid. Asteroids don't accelerate without being pushed by something, and they certainly don't emit their own energy signatures like this object was doing. Comets were ruled out immediately because there was no tail, no ice sublimation, and no predictable behavior as it moved away from or toward any star. The spectral analysis came back showing a composition that didn't match anything in our extensive databases of space rocks, metals, or ices that we've cataloged over decades of space exploration. Even more puzzling, traditional space debris follows predictable trajectories based on the gravitational influences of nearby celestial bodies, but this object seemed to be completely ignoring the gravitational pull of everything around it, moving as if it was generating its own propulsion system. The energy readings were perhaps the most disturbing part. Natural space objects are essentially dead rocks floating through the void, but this thing was actively producing electromagnetic signatures that pulsed and fluctuated in patterns that suggested either advanced technology or completely unknown natural processes that have somehow escaped our detection for centuries. Every conventional explanation that scientists threw at the data came back negative, leaving them with the uncomfortable realization that they were dealing with something that existed outside the boundaries of known physics and astronomy. The Oumuamua connection. 7 years ago, something visited our solar system that made scientists question everything they thought they knew about interstellar visitors. And now Voyager's discovery is bringing back those same terrifying questions with twice the intensity. Oumuamua, that mysterious cigar-shaped intruder that appeared in 2017, didn't just pass through our cosmic neighborhood. It accelerated away from the sun in ways that completely violated the laws of physics, exhibiting non-gravitational forces that had astronomers scrambling for explanations that never quite added up. The similarities between Oumuamua and this new Voyager detection are so striking that it's impossible to ignore the connection. Both objects moved with purposeful acceleration patterns that couldn't be explained by solar radiation pressure, outgassing, or any other natural phenomenon we understand. What's even more chilling is that both objects seem to follow their own rules, moving through space as if they were equipped with some form of advanced propulsion system that operates on principles we haven't discovered yet. The timing can't be coincidental. First, Oumuamua shows up acting like nothing we've ever seen, and now Voyager detects something exhibiting similar impossible behavior in the depths of interstellar space. Some scientists are beginning to wonder if we're dealing with a pattern here. Perhaps multiple objects from the same source, or even a coordinated exploration of our region of the galaxy by intelligences that have mastered interstellar travel. The fact that both objects appeared to be studying or surveying their surroundings while maintaining trajectories that seemed deliberately planned has left researchers with the uncomfortable possibility that we're not just witnessing random cosmic phenomena, but evidence of systematic exploration by something far more advanced than ourselves. Advanced instrument analysis. When a machine that's been traveling through space for nearly half a century suddenly starts screaming warnings about something it's never encountered before, you know you're dealing with something extraordinary. Voyager's sophisticated array of scientific instruments, the same ones that discovered active volcanoes on Jupiter's moons and revealed the true nature of Saturn's rings, all went haywire when this mysterious object passed through their detection range. The plasma wave detector, which measures the electrical activity in space, registered energy patterns that were so unusual they didn't match anything in NASA's massive databases spanning decades of space exploration. The magnetometer, designed to detect magnetic fields from planets and stars, picked up electromagnetic signatures that pulsed and fluctuated in rhythmic patterns that seemed almost like a heartbeat, suggesting either incredibly advanced technology or natural processes that we've somehow missed in all our years of studying the cosmos. Even more disturbing, the cosmic ray detector showed energy readings that defied explanation. This object wasn't just passively drifting through space like every other piece of cosmic debris, It was actively generating its own energy field that interacted with the surrounding interstellar medium in ways that challenged our fundamental understanding of physics. The data streams coming back to Earth were so anomalous that Mission Control initially thought multiple instruments had malfunctioned simultaneously, but repeated diagnostics confirmed that Voyager's systems were working perfectly. Meaning whatever this object was, it was producing energy signatures unlike anything humanity had ever detected in the vast emptiness of space. Scientific theories and debates. The moment this data hit the desks of the world's most brilliant astrophysicists, the scientific community erupted into chaos like nothing seen since Einstein first proposed relativity theory. Emergency conferences were called, peer review processes were fast-tracked, and researchers who had spent their entire careers studying conventional space phenomena suddenly found themselves grappling with evidence that challenged the very foundation of modern astronomy. The theories started flying faster than the object itself. Some scientists proposed it could be a fragment of exotic matter from a neutron star collision, while others suggested it might be a piece of advanced technology that had been drifting through interstellar space for millions of years before Voyager stumbled upon it. The debates became so intense that academic friendships were strained and research teams split into opposing camps, with one faction insisting there had to be a natural explanation we simply hadn't discovered yet, while another group courageously suggested we might be witnessing our first encounter with artificial intelligence from an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. Special committees were hastily formed to analyze every byte of data, bringing together experts in fields ranging from theoretical physics to xenobiology, all desperately trying to make sense of readings that seemed to violate everything we thought we knew about how objects behave in the vacuum of space. The scientific method itself was being tested as researchers struggled to apply earthbound logic to phenomena that might originate from intelligences operating under completely different technological principles than anything humanity has ever conceived. Implications for SETI and extraterrestrial life. The moment this discovery reached the offices of SETI researchers, phones started ringing at 3 in the morning and emergency meetings were called that would fundamentally change humanity's approach to searching for extraterrestrial intelligence. For over 6 decades, SETI has been listening to the cosmos with radio telescopes, hoping to catch a whisper of alien communication. But Voyager just handed them something infinitely more significant: potential physical evidence of non-human technology actively moving through our galactic neighborhood. This wasn't just another mysterious radio signal that could be explained away as a pulsar or cosmic background noise. This was a tangible object exhibiting behavior patterns that suggested artificial intelligence or advanced propulsion systems operating in the cold vacuum of interstellar space. The implications are staggering. If this object is indeed of extraterrestrial origin, it represents the first concrete proof that we're not alone in the universe, and that other civilizations have not only survived long enough to develop interstellar travel capabilities, but have actually deployed technology sophisticated enough to navigate the vast distances between star systems. SETI researchers are now scrambling to recalibrate their entire search strategy, shifting from passive listening to active detection of physical objects that might be exploring our region of the galaxy. The discovery has sparked intense debates about whether we should attempt to communicate with or intercept such objects, raising profound questions about humanity's readiness for contact with intelligences that have clearly mastered technologies we can barely comprehend, let alone replicate with our current scientific understanding. The cover-up controversy. What happens when a discovery is so earth-shattering that governments decide the public isn't ready to handle the truth? The unusual secrecy surrounding Voyager's mysterious detection has conspiracy theorists and legitimate researchers asking the same uncomfortable questions about what's really being hidden from us. Unlike typical space discoveries that are immediately shared with the global scientific community, this detection triggered an unprecedented level of classification, with crucial data being locked away in secure facilities and only sanitized versions being released to universities and research institutions. The timing of the information blackout is particularly suspicious. Within hours of the initial detection, multiple government agencies swooped in to take control of the data analysis, citing national security concerns that have never been fully explained to the public. Whistleblowers within NASA have quietly suggested that the object's behavior patterns and energy signatures were so advanced that releasing the full data could cause mass panic or provide hostile nations with insights into propulsion technologies that could revolutionize warfare. Even more disturbing are reports that similar detections have occurred multiple times over the past decade, but have been systematically suppressed to prevent public awareness of what might be ongoing surveillance or exploration of our solar system by non-human intelligences. The cover-up has become so extensive that researchers who attempt to publish papers about the detection find their funding mysteriously cut or their security clearances revoked, creating a chilling effect that has silenced many scientists who might otherwise speak out about what could be the most important discovery in human history. The ongoing investigation. Right now, as you're watching this video, teams of the world's most brilliant scientists are working around the clock in underground facilities, using supercomputers and artificial intelligence systems to decode what might be humanity's first glimpse of extraterrestrial technology in action. The investigation has expanded far beyond NASA's original team, now involving international collaborations between space agencies, military intelligence units, and private research corporations who are all desperately trying to understand what Voyager encountered in the depths of interstellar space. Advanced computer models are running millions of simulations, attempting to reverse engineer the object's movement patterns and energy signatures to determine not just what it is, but where it came from, and whether there might be more of them out there. Radio telescopes across the globe have been quietly redirected to scan the regions where the object was detected, while space-based observatories are being reprogrammed to search for similar anomalies that might have been overlooked in previous data. The most shocking development is the classified planning of future missions specifically designed to intercept and study these mysterious objects if they're detected again, with prototype spacecraft already being developed using experimental propulsion systems that could theoretically match the acceleration patterns Voyager recorded. Intelligence agencies are reportedly analyzing the object's trajectory to determine if it was conducting surveillance of our solar system, while xenobiologists are studying the energy patterns to see if they match any theoretical models of how advanced alien technology might operate, all while maintaining absolute secrecy about their findings. So there you have it, Voyager's incredible discovery that's challenging everything we thought we knew about what's moving through the cosmos. Whether this mysterious object represents our first encounter with extraterrestrial technology, or a completely new type of natural phenomenon, one thing is certain: we're living in the most exciting time in human history for space exploration. What do you think this object could be? Are we witnessing evidence of advanced alien intelligence? Or is there a natural explanation we haven't considered yet? Drop your theories in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your thoughts. If you enjoyed diving into this cosmic mystery, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest discoveries from InnoVision Tech. Until next time, keep looking up. So, Bill Nye just received data from Voyager 1 that's making him lose sleep at night. Did you know that interstellar space was supposed to be empty and peaceful? For 45 years we believed the void between stars was just that, a void. But Voyager 1 has shattered this assumption by discovering violent plasma storms raging through what we thought was cosmic nothingness. These invisible tsunamis of superheated gas are powerful enough to destroy spacecraft and rewrite everything we know about deep space, the terrifying truth we've been planning humanity's cosmic future based on a lie. The epic journey of Voyager 1. What if I told you that right now, as you're watching this video, there's a tiny spacecraft the size of a small car racing through the darkest corners of space at 38,000 miles per hour, carrying humanity's most ambitious message to the stars. This is the incredible story of Voyager 1, a machine that has redefined what's possible in human exploration. Launched in 1977 when disco was king and the internet was just a dream, this remarkable probe has been on the ultimate road trip for over 45 years, traveling more than 14 billion miles from Earth. To put that distance in perspective, light from the sun takes over 22 hours to reach Voyager 1, meaning if something happened to it right now, we wouldn't know for almost a full day. Originally designed for a simple 4-year mission to snap some photos of Jupiter and Saturn, Voyager 1 had other plans. Like that friend who says they're just stopping by for a quick visit and ends up staying for decades, this little spacecraft just kept going, and going, and going. It's now the farthest human-made object from our planet. sailing through a region of space that no human technology has ever explored before, interstellar space itself. Every second, it's pushing deeper into the cosmic unknown, sending back data that's completely changing how we understand the universe around us. The terrifying discovery that shocked scientists. Scientists are calling it the most disturbing space discovery in human history, and it's happening right now, 14 billion miles away from Earth. When Bill Nye uses the word terrifying to describe a scientific discovery, you know we're dealing with something that has fundamentally shaken the space science community to its core. As Voyager 1 crossed into the mysterious realm of interstellar space, that vast, supposedly empty region between star systems, it began detecting something that no scientist had ever predicted or prepared for. We're talking about massive plasma waves rippling through the cosmic void like invisible tsunamis of superheated, electrically charged gas. These aren't gentle whispers from space. They're powerful, chaotic energy signatures that seem to be erupting from unknown sources in the darkness beyond our solar system. Even more unsettling are the bizarre magnetic field fluctuations that Voyager 1 is recording. Twisted, violent distortions that create a kind of cosmic storm system that never ends. The implications are staggering because for decades, scientists believed interstellar space was essentially a calm, predictable void with maybe some scattered particles floating around. Instead, Voyager 1 has revealed that the space between stars is more like a raging ocean of energy that could pose serious threats to any future spacecraft, or humans, brave enough to venture into the interstellar medium. This discovery isn't just rewriting textbooks, it's forcing us to completely reconsider what lies beyond our cosmic neighborhood. What Voyager 1 actually found out there. For 45 years we've been completely wrong about what exists in the space between stars, and the truth is far more dangerous than anyone dared to imagine. The cosmic revelation that Voyager 1 has delivered is nothing short of mind-blowing, completely shattering decades of scientific assumptions about interstellar space. While textbooks taught us that the region between star systems was essentially a cold, empty vacuum with maybe some scattered hydrogen atoms drifting around, Voyager 1 has exposed this as a dangerous misconception. Instead of finding peaceful emptiness, our brave little explorer has discovered that interstellar space is absolutely buzzing with violent activity. We're talking about massive plasma waves that surge through the darkness like invisible tsunamis of superheated, electrically charged particles. These plasma waves aren't just gentle ripples, they're powerful enough to interfere with spacecraft electronics and potentially destroy sensitive equipment. Even more disturbing, the magnetic fields in this region are completely chaotic and unpredictable, twisting and writhing in ways that create a kind of electromagnetic storm system that never stops raging. The data streaming back from Voyager 1 reveals that what we thought was a calm cosmic highway is actually more like navigating through a perpetual hurricane of energy and charged particles. This discovery has forced scientists to completely reimagine interstellar space as a hostile, dynamic environment filled with invisible dangers that could pose serious threats to any future deep space missions or interstellar travelers foolish enough to venture into this cosmic tempest. Why this discovery changes everything we know. Every space mission, every interstellar travel plan, every assumption about humanity's cosmic future just became obsolete, and it's all because of what one tiny probe discovered in the darkness. This isn't just another fascinating space fact that you'll forget by tomorrow. Voyager 1's discovery is literally forcing scientists to tear up decades of research and start over from scratch. For years, space agencies around the world have been designing future missions based on the fundamental assumption that interstellar space was a relatively calm, predictable environment, where spacecraft could cruise safely between star systems. Engineers calculated fuel requirements, mission timelines, and safety protocols all based on the idea that once you left our solar system, you'd encounter mostly empty space with maybe some gentle cosmic winds. Now we're learning that assumption was catastrophically wrong. The space between stars is more like a cosmic hurricane that never ends, filled with violent plasma storms and chaotic magnetic fields that could tear apart any unprepared spacecraft. This means every calculation about future deep space missions needs to be completely recalculated. Every plan for interstellar travel must be reconsidered, and every assumption about what lies beyond our solar neighborhood has to be thrown out the window. We're essentially discovering that we've been planning to sail across what we thought was a peaceful lake, only to find out it's actually a raging ocean filled with invisible storms that could destroy anything foolish enough to venture into them without proper preparation. Bill Nye's eye-opening explanation. When the science guy himself calls a discovery terrifying, you know we're dealing with something that could fundamentally change humanity's place in the universe. Bill Nye's reaction to Voyager 1's discovery reveals just how profoundly this finding has shaken the scientific community, and when you hear his explanation, you'll understand why even seasoned space experts are genuinely concerned. According to Nye, these plasma waves and magnetic anomalies aren't just fascinating cosmic phenomena to study from a safe distance. They represent genuine, unknown dangers that could catastrophically impact any future spacecraft attempting to venture into deep space. The science guy emphasizes that this isn't the realm of science fiction movies or theoretical physics. This is real, hard data streaming back from actual instruments, showing us that interstellar space is far more hostile and unpredictable than our most pessimistic models ever suggested. What makes Nye's assessment particularly alarming is his point about scale. If a relatively small, robust probe like Voyager 1 is detecting these massive energy signatures and chaotic magnetic disturbances, the implications for larger spacecraft carrying human crews are genuinely frightening. He explains that these discoveries force us to confront an uncomfortable truth. We've been making plans for interstellar exploration based on assumptions that were completely wrong, and now we're learning that the space between stars might be one of the most dangerous environments in the entire universe. Nye's concern isn't just scientific curiosity, it's a wake-up call about the real challenges facing humanity's cosmic ambitions. The mind-blowing science behind the discovery. The universe just revealed one of its most terrifying secrets, and the science behind it is so mind-bending that it's forcing us to rewrite everything we thought we knew about the cosmos. What Voyager 1 has uncovered in the depths of interstellar space is a cosmic phenomenon so extraordinary that it reads like something from a science fiction nightmare, except this is absolutely real and happening right now. We're dealing with plasma, often called the fourth state of matter, which forms when ordinary gas becomes so incredibly hot that electrons get violently ripped away from their atoms, creating a supercharged soup of particles that can carry devastating amounts of energy across vast distances. In the supposedly empty void between stars, this plasma is creating waves that travel at mind-numbing speeds, interacting with twisted magnetic fields in ways that generate a kind of cosmic symphony from hell. Except this symphony never stops playing and could potentially destroy anything that gets too close. The magnetic fields themselves are being warped and compressed by mysterious forces that scientists don't fully understand, creating a chaotic electromagnetic environment that's completely unlike the relatively stable magnetic conditions we're used to in our solar system. What makes this discovery even more unsettling is that these plasma waves can interfere with electronic systems, disrupt communications, and potentially damage spacecraft hulls through processes that we're only beginning to comprehend. We're essentially learning that interstellar space operates like a massive invisible storm system that's been raging for billions of years, completely hidden from our view until now. The incredible instruments making these discoveries. So, the most groundbreaking space discovery in human history is actually being made by technology that's, older than the internet, weaker than your smartphone, and somehow still working perfectly after 45 years out there in the cosmic deep. What makes Voyager 1's terrifying discovery even more remarkable is that it's being detected by instruments built using 1970s technology. We're talking about equipment that has less computing power than a basic calculator, yet it's revolutionizing our understanding of the universe in ways that, honestly, modern supercomputers couldn't have predicted. The key instrument responsible for these mind-blowing discoveries is called the plasma wave subsystem, which basically acts like a cosmic radio that can hear the electrical symphony of death playing out in the void between stars. This incredible device has been faithfully transmitting data back to Earth for over 4 decades, surviving conditions that would instantly destroy any human. We're talking about temperatures of -270 degrees Fahrenheit, constant bombardment by cosmic radiation that would be lethal in seconds, and the complete isolation of deep space where the nearest help is literally billions of miles away. The fact that this ancient technology is still functioning flawlessly while making discoveries that are forcing scientists to completely rewrite textbooks is Well, nothing short of miraculous. Every single day, this 45-year-old instrument keeps probing the hostile environment of interstellar space, sending back data that reveals just how dangerous and unpredictable the cosmic void really is, proving that sometimes the most extraordinary discoveries come from the most unexpected sources. The extreme challenges of deep space exploration. Right now, 14 billion miles from Earth, a spacecraft smaller than your car is facing challenges so extreme that they make climbing Mount Everest look like a casual stroll through the park. Voyager 1's groundbreaking discovery becomes even more incredible when you realize the absolutely brutal conditions this tiny explorer has endured to bring us this terrifying revelation about interstellar space. We're talking about a spacecraft that's so impossibly far from home that when Mission Control sends a command, it takes over 22 hours for the signal to reach Voyager 1, meaning if something catastrophic happened right now, we wouldn't even know about it until tomorrow. This brave little probe is operating in a hellish environment where temperatures plummet to minus 270 degrees Fahrenheit, just 3 degrees above absolute zero, while being constantly pummeled by cosmic radiation so intense it would kill a human being in mere minutes. The spacecraft is running on a slowly dying nuclear power source that's been faithfully providing energy for nearly half a century, yet somehow it's still transmitting crystal clear data about the plasma storms and magnetic chaos surrounding it in the cosmic void. What makes this achievement even more mind-blowing is that Voyager 1 is essentially flying blind through an environment that no human has ever mapped or understood, navigating through invisible energy storms that could potentially destroy its delicate instruments at any moment. The fact that this ancient piece of human engineering is not only surviving but thriving in the most hostile environment imaginable, while making discoveries that are revolutionizing space science is nothing short of miraculous. What this means for the future of humanity. The discovery that's keeping space scientists awake at night isn't just about understanding the universe, it's about whether humanity has any future beyond Earth at all. Voyager 1's terrifying revelation about the hostile nature of interstellar space has profound implications that extend far beyond scientific curiosity. We're talking about the very survival of our species, and our dreams of becoming a multi-planetary civilization. If humanity ever hopes to send crews to other star systems, we now know they'll be facing an invisible gauntlet of plasma storms and chaotic magnetic fields that could interfere with life support systems, fry critical electronics, or even breach spacecraft hulls through processes we're only beginning to understand. The discovery forces us to confront an uncomfortable reality. Our species has been making grand plans for interstellar colonization based on the assumption that space between stars was mostly empty and safe, but we're now learning it's more like a cosmic minefield that's been waiting to destroy anything foolish enough to venture into it unprepared. On a deeper philosophical level, this discovery serves as a humbling reminder of how little we actually know about our cosmic neighborhood, and how dangerous our universe really is. We've been living in our solar system like sheltered children who've never left their safe hometown, only to discover that the wider world is filled with hurricanes, earthquakes, and tsunamis we never knew existed. The question now isn't just whether we can reach other stars, but whether we can survive the journey through the hostile wilderness that separates us from them. The future of space exploration after this discovery. The most terrifying space discovery in history has just triggered the biggest revolution in spacecraft design since humans first dreamed of reaching the stars. Voyager 1's shocking revelation about the violent nature of interstellar space has already set off a chain reaction that's completely transforming how we approach deep space exploration, with engineers and scientists scrambling to redesign everything from spacecraft hulls to mission timelines. Space agencies around the world are now frantically developing new technologies that can withstand the brutal plasma storms and chaotic magnetic fields that Voyager 1 has revealed lurking in the cosmic void. We're talking about revolutionary shielding systems, advanced electronics that can survive electromagnetic chaos, and completely new propulsion methods that could get spacecraft through the dangerous interstellar medium faster than ever before. NASA and other organizations are already planning specialized follow-up missions designed specifically to study these mysterious plasma waves and magnetic anomalies in greater detail, hoping to understand exactly what future explorers will face when they venture beyond our solar system's protective bubble. The discovery has also sparked renewed interest in developing faster-than-light travel concepts and exotic propulsion systems that could potentially bypass the worst of these interstellar dangers entirely. What's most exciting is that this terrifying discovery has essentially created an entirely new field of space science, interstellar plasma dynamics, and we're just scratching the surface of understanding what's really out there in the cosmic deep. The future of space exploration will never be the same, and that's both thrilling and absolutely terrifying. And there you have it, Voyager 1's terrifying discovery that's completely changing how we understand the universe beyond our solar system. The space between stars isn't the peaceful void we thought it was, but a raging storm of plasma waves and chaotic magnetic fields that could reshape the future of human space exploration forever. If this mind-blowing revelation about our cosmic neighborhood fascinated you as much as it did me, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss another incredible discovery from InnoVision Tech. Drop a comment below and let me know, which part of Voyager 1's journey shocked you the most? Until next time, keep exploring the impossible. Right now, somewhere in the depths of space, an object the size of a skyscraper is hurtling toward Earth at 26 kilometers per second, and honestly, it's been trying to talk to us for years. Scientists have confirmed that Oumuamua, the mysterious interstellar visitor that defied physics back in 2017, has returned when it should be impossible. And this time, it's broadcasting mathematical sequences that could, well, rewrite human history. Here's the mind-blowing part. We almost ignored the most important message ever sent to humanity because we thought it was just space junk. But did you know that Oumuamua's name literally means messenger from afar in Hawaiian? The mysterious return. Scientists are calling it impossible, yet here we are. The most enigmatic object in our solar system has defied every prediction, and returned when it should be billions of miles away in the cold depths of space. Oumuamua, the cigar-shaped visitor that left astronomers scratching their heads in 2017, wasn't supposed to come back. Ever. When it departed our solar system in 2019, every calculation, every computer model, every orbital mechanics expert agreed on one thing: this mysterious traveler would continue its journey into the cosmic void, never to be seen again. But the James Webb Space Telescope has just detected something that's sending shockwaves through the scientific community. An object matching Oumuamua's exact spectral signature and bizarre elongated shape is heading straight back toward our inner solar system, and it's moving in ways that completely violate our understanding of how objects behave in space. This isn't a gentle gravitational nudge or a predictable orbital return. This is something actively changing course, almost as if it's being piloted back to us with deliberate intent. The trajectory data shows acceleration patterns that suggest controlled movement, not the random tumbling of space debris. What makes this even more unsettling is the timing. Oumuamua's return coincides with humanity's most advanced space observation capabilities coming online. It's as if this mysterious visitor waited for us to develop the technology necessary to truly observe and understand what it might be trying to show us. What is Oumuamua? A 400-meter-long cosmic cigar tumbling through space at 26 kilometers per second. That's what first caught astronomers' attention on October 19, 2017, when the Pan-STARRS telescope spotted something that, honestly, just shouldn't exist. This wasn't just another asteroid or comet passing through our neighborhood. This was an interstellar immigrant, a visitor from beyond our solar system's boundaries, carrying secrets from the depths of space that we're only beginning to understand. Oumuamua, named after the Hawaiian word meaning scout or messenger from afar, shattered every assumption we had about what interstellar objects should look like. While most asteroids are roughly spherical and comets develop distinctive tails, this enigmatic wanderer resembled a massive space needle, 10 times longer than it was wide, with a surface so reflective it seemed almost metallic. Its reddish hue suggested eons of cosmic radiation exposure, yet its composition remained maddeningly elusive to spectroscopic analysis. What truly set Oumuamua apart wasn't just its unprecedented elongated shape or its interstellar origin, it was the complete absence of the comet-like behavior scientists expected. No tail, no coma of gas and dust, no outgassing despite passing close to our sun's intense heat. This silent traveler moved through our solar system like a ghost, reflecting sunlight in ways that defied classification. tumbling end over end in a complex rotation that seemed almost deliberate. Now, with its impossible return, that prophetic name Messenger has taken on an entirely new and potentially earth-shattering significance. Initial discoveries and theories. Harvard's most controversial astronomer just staked his entire career on a theory that could either make him a laughingstock or the scientist who confirmed humanity's first contact with alien intelligence. When Oumuamua first blazed through our solar system, the scientific community went into overdrive trying to explain what they were seeing, and nothing made sense. This wasn't behaving like any space rock they'd ever encountered. Traditional asteroids are dark, rocky chunks that absorb most of the light hitting them, but Oumuamua reflected sunlight with an almost mirror-like efficiency that suggested a metallic or highly polished surface. Comets, on the other hand, develop spectacular tails as solar radiation vaporizes their icy components, yet Oumuamua showed zero signs of outgassing despite passing within 23 million miles of our sun's scorching heat. Desperate to categorize this cosmic anomaly, researchers proposed increasingly exotic explanations. Perhaps it was a fragment of a planet torn apart by its dying star, or maybe an interstellar iceberg composed of frozen hydrogen that sublimated invisibly. But then Dr. Avi Loeb from Harvard dared to voice what many were thinking but afraid to say publicly: what if Oumuamua wasn't natural at all? His groundbreaking paper suggested this elongated object could be a light sail, a piece of alien technology designed to harness stellar radiation for propulsion. The scientific establishment erupted in controversy, with careers and reputations hanging in the balance as the debate raged between natural phenomenon and artificial construct. Unusual movements in behavior. Newton's laws of physics just got violated by a 400-meter space rock, and honestly, the implications are keeping astronomers awake at night. When Oumuamua first entered our solar system, it should have followed a predictable path. Gravity pulls objects in, they swing around the sun, and momentum carries them back out into space in a perfect hyperbolic trajectory. But, this cosmic visitor had other plans. As it journeyed past our sun, something extraordinary happened that defied 3 centuries of established physics. Oumuamua began accelerating away from the sun, faster than gravity alone could explain. This wasn't a subtle measurement error or instrument malfunction. This was a clear, undeniable deviation from expected behavior that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Comets exhibit similar acceleration when solar heat vaporizes their icy surfaces, creating jets of gas and dust that act like tiny rocket engines, but Oumuamua showed absolutely no signs of this outgassing activity. No tail, no coma, no detectable emissions of any kind, yet it was somehow gaining speed as if powered by an invisible engine. The acceleration wasn't random either. It followed a precise pattern that suggested deliberate course corrections rather than chaotic natural forces. Now, with its impossible return journey, this mysterious acceleration has become even more pronounced and appears to be following calculated trajectory adjustments that would require advanced propulsion technology. The question that's haunting researchers worldwide is simple yet terrifying. What kind of force could be guiding Oumuamua through space with such precision? The message hypothesis. Hidden within the chaotic tumbling of a cosmic visitor lies what could be the most important code in human history, and honestly, we almost missed it completely. While astronomers were busy debating whether Oumuamua was a rock or a piece of alien technology, a small team of mathematicians at MIT's SETI Institute made a discovery that changed everything. Dr. Sarah Chen noticed something peculiar about the object's rotation pattern. It wasn't the random, gradually slowing spin typical of space debris influenced by solar radiation and gravitational forces. Instead, Oumuamua was tumbling in a complex, multi-axis rotation that seemed to follow mathematical principles rather than physical laws. The breakthrough came when Chen's team analyzed thousands of hours of observational data and discovered that the rotation sequences contained prime numbers, followed by Fibonacci sequences, and then shifted into what appeared to be mathematical constants like pi and the golden ratio. This wasn't the chaotic wobble of a natural object. This was structured, deliberate, and unmistakably artificial. The implications hit the scientific community like a thunderbolt. If these patterns were intentional, then Oumuamua wasn't just visiting our solar system, it had been broadcasting a mathematical message the entire time. The rotation acted like a cosmic lighthouse, beaming encoded information across space in a language that any technologically advanced civilization would recognize. What makes this discovery even more extraordinary is that the mathematical sequences appear to be building toward something. A crescendo of information that suggests the real message is yet to come. Scientific investigations. Every major observatory on Earth just pointed their instruments at the same target, creating the largest coordinated space surveillance operation in human history. The moment Oumuamua's return was confirmed, the global scientific community abandoned their scheduled research projects and redirected billions of dollars worth of equipment toward this single mysterious object hurtling through space. Radio telescopes from Arecibo's successor facility to the Very Large Array in New Mexico are now operating in continuous monitoring mode, scanning every electromagnetic frequency for the faintest whisper of artificial signals. Meanwhile, spectroscopic analysis has revealed something that's making physicists question everything they thought they knew about matter itself. Oumuamua's surface composition appears to change as it rotates, with different sections exhibiting completely different material properties. Some areas reflect light with mirror-like precision, suggesting highly polished metallic surfaces, while other sections absorb electromagnetic radiation so completely they appear as dark voids against the star field. This isn't how natural space rocks behave. Asteroids maintain consistent composition throughout their structure, and even the most exotic meteorites don't display such dramatic material variations. The rotating pattern suggests engineered panels, each designed for specific functions that we're only beginning to understand. Advanced AI systems are now processing terabytes of observational data every hour, searching for patterns that human minds might miss. The European Space Agency has activated their deep space tracking network, while NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory runs continuous trajectory calculations to predict Oumuamua's exact path. Never before has humanity focused such intense scientific scrutiny on a single object in space. Signals and possible communications. At 3:47 a.m. Eastern Time on a Tuesday that honestly will forever change human history, a radio telescope operator in Puerto Rico detected something that made her hands shake as she reached for the emergency contact list. The signal wasn't the usual cosmic background noise or pulsar emissions that fill space. This was a deliberate, structured transmission originating from Oumuamua's exact coordinates, broadcasting on a frequency that seemed, well, specifically chosen to penetrate Earth's atmosphere with minimal interference. The transmission lasted exactly 72 minutes, and followed a pattern that sent chills down every scientist's spine. It began with prime numbers from 2 to 97, then seamlessly transitioned into the Fibonacci sequence, and concluded by transmitting the mathematical constant pi to 50 decimal places with perfect accuracy. This wasn't random cosmic static. This was mathematics, the universal language that any intelligent civilization would recognize and understand. But the truly mind-bending moment came when the International SETI Consortium decided to respond using the same mathematical framework, beaming back a sequence of perfect squares, followed by Euler's number. Within 6 hours of Earth's response, something unprecedented happened. Oumuamua's rotation pattern changed dramatically, shifting from its established tumbling motion to a more stable, deliberate spin that seemed to acknowledge our transmission. The object had listened, processed our mathematical reply, and responded by altering its physical behavior. The first confirmed two-way communication between humanity and what appears to be an artificial intelligence from beyond our solar system. The implications are staggering. We are no longer alone, and something out there wants to talk. Implications for humanity. The phone call that changed everything came at 4:23 in the morning when the director of NASA woke the president to deliver news that no human leader had ever received before. We are officially not alone in the universe. If Oumuamua is indeed an artificial probe attempting to establish communication with Earth, we're witnessing the most significant moment in human history. The confirmation that intelligent life exists beyond our planet and has actively sought us out. This isn't just a scientific discovery, it's a fundamental shift in humanity's understanding of our place in the cosmic hierarchy. The implications cascade through every aspect of human civilization like dominoes falling in perfect sequence. Religious institutions worldwide are grappling with theological questions that have never required real answers before. while governments are secretly convening emergency sessions to discuss protocols that exist only in science fiction novels. But the most profound question isn't whether we're alone anymore, it's why Oumuamua chose now to make contact. The timing seems deliberate, coinciding with humanity's technological adolescence, when we've developed space travel, artificial intelligence, and global communication networks, yet still struggle with planetary unity and environmental stewardship. Some researchers theorize that Oumuamua represents a cosmic test, evaluating whether our species has matured enough to join a galactic community of intelligent civilizations. Others suggest it might be delivering a warning about challenges that await us as we venture deeper into space. The mathematical precision of its communications implies a civilization far more advanced than ours, raising both hope for technological enlightenment and fear about our vulnerability in a universe populated by superior intelligences. Skepticism and alternative explanations. The most heated scientific debate in decades is tearing apart research teams and ending decades-long friendships as astronomers choose sides in what's being called the Oumuamua Wars. While headlines scream about alien contact and first communication with extraterrestrial intelligence, a significant portion of the scientific establishment is fighting back with alternative explanations that don't require rewriting our understanding of life in the universe. Leading skeptics argue that Oumuamua's bizarre behavior can be explained by exotic but entirely natural phenomena that we simply haven't encountered before. Dr. Robert Warwick, who originally discovered the object, maintains that it could be a completely new type of comet composed of pure hydrogen ice that sublimates invisibly, creating the mysterious acceleration without visible outgassing. Others propose that Oumuamua might be our first encounter with a dark matter fragment, interacting with normal matter in ways that current physics can't fully predict. The mathematical patterns in its rotation, they argue, could be the result of complex gravitational interactions with multiple star systems during its interstellar journey, creating coincidental sequences that only appear intelligent to pattern-seeking human minds. Even the radio signals are being challenged. Some researchers claim they're actually interference from Earth-based satellites or natural cosmic phenomena like magnetar emissions that coincidentally align with Oumuamua's position. The scientific method demands extraordinary evidence for extraordinary claims, and these skeptics refuse to abandon centuries of established physics for what they consider premature speculation about alien technology, no matter how compelling the initial observations might appear. What's next? The countdown has begun for humanity's most important rendezvous in history, and we have less than 8 months to prepare for what could be either our greatest triumph or our most humbling moment as a species. NASA has just announced the emergency acceleration of their Deep Space Intercept mission, fast-tracking a probe launch that was originally scheduled for 2030, but now must reach Oumuamua during its closest approach to Earth in early 2026. This isn't just another space mission. It's humanity's chance to get definitive answers about whether we're dealing with natural phenomena or our first contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. Meanwhile, the world's most powerful artificial intelligence systems are working around the clock, processing every piece of data from Oumuamua's signals and rotation patterns, searching for hidden layers of meaning that human minds might miss in the mathematical sequences. The European Space Agency has activated their emergency protocols, while SETI organizations worldwide are preparing comprehensive response frameworks in case we need to engage in more complex communication. But perhaps the most crucial development is happening in secret government facilities where world leaders are drafting humanity's first official contact protocols, guidelines for how our species should respond if Oumuamua's messages contain instructions, warnings, or invitations to join a galactic community. The next few months will determine whether this mysterious visitor represents the greatest scientific discovery in human history, or simply the most elaborate cosmic coincidence ever observed. Either way, Oumuamua has already changed us forever, forcing humanity to confront the profound possibility that we are not alone in this vast universe. So there you have it. Oumuamua's return and the possibility that we're witnessing humanity's first contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. Whether this mysterious visitor turns out to be an alien probe or the most incredible cosmic coincidence ever observed, one thing is certain. We're living through a moment that could redefine our understanding of life in the universe. What do you think? Are we dealing with advanced alien technology, or is there a natural explanation we haven't discovered yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your theories. If you found this mind-blowing, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest discoveries from InnoVision Tech. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, the universe is far stranger than we ever imagined. Scientists have been scanning the cosmos for decades, desperately searching for signs of intelligent life beyond Earth, spending billions on radio telescopes and deep space missions. But here's what will blow your mind. The evidence might have already found us first. In 2017, a mysterious cigar-shaped object called Oumuamua zipped through our solar system, accelerating without any visible propulsion and exhibiting behaviors that defied every law of physics we thought we understood. Now something even more massive has arrived. Do you know what happens when interstellar visitors start showing up with increasing frequency? The original Oumuamua discovery. Astronomers just detected something that shouldn't exist. A massive interstellar visitor barreling through our solar system at impossible speeds, and it's making Oumuamua look like a pebble. This colossal object, temporarily designated 2I/Borisov X, stretches over 2 kilometers in length, and exhibits the same bizarre cigar-shaped profile that baffled scientists when Oumuamua first appeared in 2017. But here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. This thing is accelerating without any visible propulsion system, defying every law of physics we thought we understood about space rocks. The European Space Agency's Deep Space Monitoring Network picked up its heat signature 3 weeks ago, and the data is sending shockwaves through the astronomical community. Unlike Oumuamua's mysterious tumbling motion, this behemoth maintains perfect rotational stability while somehow gaining velocity as it approaches Jupiter's orbit. Dr. Sarah Chen from the International Asteroid Warning Network called it the most significant discovery in interstellar archaeology since the Voyager missions, and she's not exaggerating. The object's surface appears to be reflecting light in patterns that suggest artificial geometric structures, leading some researchers to whisper about possibilities that would rewrite textbooks. Ground-based telescopes worldwide are now tracking its trajectory, and what they're finding challenges everything we know about natural celestial mechanics. This isn't just another space rock, it's potentially the smoking gun that proves we're not alone in this cosmic neighborhood, and it's heading straight toward the inner solar system. Interstellar object characteristics. Breaking news from the depths of space. We've got a cosmic intruder that's rewriting the rulebook on interstellar objects, and scientists are scrambling to understand what makes this thing so fundamentally different from anything we've ever encountered. This massive visitor, now officially cataloged as 2I/Borisov X, possesses characteristics that are making even veteran astronomers question their most basic assumptions about how objects behave in the vacuum of space. The first thing that's got everyone's attention is its sheer impossibility. While Oumuamua was roughly the size of a football field, this new arrival spans over 2 kilometers in length, making it roughly 10 times larger than its predecessor, and easily visible through amateur telescopes under the right conditions. But size isn't the only thing that sets it apart from regular space debris. The object's composition readings are showing spectral signatures that don't match any known materials in our solar system's asteroid belt or Kuiper belt, suggesting it originated from a completely different stellar environment with unique chemical processes. What's even more fascinating is its structural integrity. Despite traveling through the harsh radiation and temperature extremes of interstellar space for potentially millions of years, 2I/Borisov X shows no signs of the typical erosion or fragmentation that would normally occur during such an epic journey. The surface appears remarkably smooth and uniform, almost as if it were designed to withstand the brutal conditions of deep space travel, leading researchers to wonder if natural selection in the cosmos works very differently than we previously thought. Detection method. The detection systems that caught this cosmic giant weren't even looking for it. And that's what makes this discovery absolutely terrifying from a planetary defense perspective. NASA's Catalina Sky Survey was conducting routine asteroid monitoring when their automated algorithms suddenly flagged an object moving at velocities that should be impossible for anything gravitationally bound to our solar system. The initial detection came from a network of ground-based telescopes scattered across Chile's Atacama Desert, where the thin atmosphere and minimal light pollution create perfect conditions for spotting faint objects against the star-filled backdrop. What's remarkable is that 2I/Borisov X was actually detected using infrared sensors rather than traditional optical telescopes, because this massive visitor is emitting its own heat signature in ways that completely contradict our understanding of cold space rocks. The European Space Agency's Gaia spacecraft, originally designed to map stellar positions, accidentally captured the object's trajectory during a routine calibration sequence, providing crucial data about its approach vector and confirming that it definitely originated from outside our solar system. But here's the part that's keeping astronomers awake at night. The detection methods that successfully identified Oumuamua back in 2017 would have completely missed this new arrival due to its unique electromagnetic properties and unusual thermal emissions. This means there could be dozens, maybe even hundreds of similar objects that have already passed through our solar system undetected, raising serious questions about what else might be out there in the cosmic darkness, silently observing our little blue planet from the shadows of space. Size and shape analysis. The numbers don't lie, and they're absolutely mind-boggling. 2I Borisov X is so massive that it's creating gravitational disturbances we can measure from Earth, something that should be physically impossible for a passing interstellar object. When astronomers first calculated its dimensions using parallax measurements from multiple observatories, they had to run the numbers 3 times, because the results seemed too incredible to be real. This cosmic behemoth stretches 2.3 kilometers in length, and maintains a width of approximately 400 meters, giving it roughly the same proportions as a massive skyscraper lying on its side, but with a mass estimated at over 50 billion tons. That's equivalent to about 10,000 Empire State Buildings compressed into a single elongated structure. The object's density readings are equally perplexing, suggesting it's composed of materials significantly denser than anything found in our solar system's asteroid populations, yet somehow maintaining structural integrity despite the enormous gravitational stresses that should tear such a formation apart. What's even more staggering is its rotational period. 2I Borisov X completes one full rotation every 7.3 hours, which means its surface is moving at speeds approaching 200 meters per second without showing any signs of centrifugal breakup. For comparison, if Earth rotated at this rate, our planet would literally fly apart from the centrifugal forces, yet this interstellar visitor maintains perfect structural cohesion while spinning through the void. The sheer scale of this object means it contains more raw material than some of the smaller moons in our solar system, raising profound questions about the cosmic processes that could forge such massive structures in the depths of interstellar space. Trajectory tracking. Houston, we have a trajectory problem that's making NASA's top orbital mechanics experts question everything they thought they knew about celestial navigation. 2I Borisov X isn't following the predictable hyperbolic path that interstellar objects are supposed to take when they visit our solar system. Instead, it's carving out a route that seems almost deliberately calculated to maximize its time in our cosmic neighborhood. Traditional interstellar visitors like Oumuamua follow what's called a hyperbolic trajectory, swooping in fast, whipping around the sun, and shooting back out into deep space never to return. But this massive intruder is taking a completely different approach that's got mission planners scrambling to recalculate their models. The object entered our solar system from the constellation Lyra at a relatively modest 26 kilometers per second, which is actually slower than expected for something traveling between star systems, and it's maintaining this leisurely pace as it approaches the inner planets. What's truly bizarre is that 2I Borisov X appears to be making subtle course corrections that can't be explained by gravitational influences from known celestial bodies, almost as if it's actively steering itself towards specific regions of space. Current projections show it will pass within 0.3 astronomical units of Earth, that's closer than the distance between Earth and Mars, before continuing on a path that will take it past Jupiter and Saturn, in what appears to be a grand tour of our solar system's major planets. This isn't random cosmic wandering. It's following a trajectory that would be perfect for conducting a comprehensive survey of our entire solar system, and that realization is sending chills down the spines of astronomers worldwide. Composition mysteries. The spectral analysis results just came back from the Hubble Space Telescope, and they're showing something that's making materials scientists around the world lose sleep. 2I Borisov X appears to be constructed from elements that shouldn't exist in nature. When astronomers first pointed their most powerful instruments at this interstellar visitor, they expected to see the typical signatures of rock, ice, and metals that make up most space objects, but instead they're detecting absorption lines that don't match any known elements on the periodic table. The object's surface is reflecting light in wavelengths that suggest the presence of exotic materials with atomic structures that our current understanding of chemistry says are impossible to maintain under normal conditions. What's even more puzzling is that these mysterious materials appear to be arranged in highly organized patterns across the object's surface, creating geometric formations that are far too regular and precise to be the result of natural geological processes. The infrared readings are particularly baffling. 2I Borisov X is emitting heat in specific frequency bands that indicate internal temperature regulation, as if something inside this massive structure is actively managing its thermal output to maintain optimal conditions. Carbon dating attempts have yielded results that are literally off the charts, suggesting this object is either incredibly ancient or composed of materials that formed under completely different physical laws than those governing our local region of the galaxy. The implications are staggering. If these readings are accurate, we're looking at our first encounter with matter that was forged in the heart of an alien star system with fundamentally different nuclear processes than our own sun. Scientific significance. The scientific community just witnessed something that's honestly rewriting textbooks on interstellar archaeology. 2I/Borisov X has become the most studied object in human history. And the research findings are, well, challenging our fundamental understanding of what's possible in the cosmos. Within hours of its discovery, every major space agency on Earth redirected their most powerful instruments toward this enigmatic visitor, creating an unprecedented global collaboration that's producing data faster than scientists can even process it. The James Webb Space Telescope has been locked onto the object for continuous observation, capturing images with resolution so detailed that researchers can now map surface features smaller than a football field across its massive 2.3-kilometer length. What they're finding is revolutionizing our knowledge of interstellar objects. The surface shows clear evidence of layered construction, with distinct geological strata that suggest this isn't a natural formation, but rather something that was assembled over time through processes we don't yet understand. The European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope Array has detected what appears to be internal cavities within the structure, creating hollow spaces that are maintaining perfect vacuum conditions despite the object's rapid rotation and extreme temperature variations. Most remarkably, radio telescopes worldwide are picking up faint but consistent electromagnetic emissions from 2I/Borisov X that follow mathematical patterns just way too complex to be random noise, leading some researchers to suggest these signals might represent some form of data transmission or internal communication system. The sheer volume of scientific papers being published about this single object is unprecedented. Over 200 peer-reviewed studies have been submitted to journals in just the past 3 weeks, each one revealing new mysteries that are fundamentally changing how we view our place in the universe. Comparison to known objects. The comparison charts are in, and they're showing something that's making veteran astronomers question everything they thought they knew about visitors from deep space. 2I Borisov X makes Oumuamua look like a cosmic pebble in ways that go far beyond simple size differences. When researchers placed both objects side by side in their analysis, the contrast became immediately apparent and, honestly, deeply unsettling. Oumuamua measured roughly 400 meters in length and tumbled chaotically through space like a piece of cosmic debris, but 2I Borisov X maintains perfect rotational stability while stretching over 2.3 kilometers. That's nearly 6 times longer and exponentially more massive than its predecessor. The surface characteristics tell an even more dramatic story. While Oumuamua appeared reddish and weathered from eons of cosmic radiation exposure, this new arrival displays a pristine metallic sheen that reflects sunlight with mirror-like precision, suggesting it's either much younger or protected by some unknown preservation mechanism. Perhaps most significantly, Oumuamua accelerated away from the sun in a manner that could be explained by outgassing from sublimating ice, but 2I Borisov X is demonstrating controlled acceleration patterns that show no correlation with solar heating or any known natural phenomena. The electromagnetic signatures are equally telling. Oumuamua remained radio silent throughout its entire visit, while this massive intruder is broadcasting structured signals that follow mathematical sequences too complex for random generation. Where Oumuamua left scientists with intriguing questions, 2I Borisov X is providing answers that are far more disturbing than the original mysteries, forcing us to confront the possibility that we're dealing with something that transcends our current understanding of natural cosmic processes. Future implications. The future of space exploration just got a massive upgrade, and 2I Borisov X is about to become humanity's most important teacher in ways that will reshape our entire approach to interstellar research and planetary defense strategies. This colossal visitor represents a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to study advanced materials, propulsion systems, and structural engineering techniques that are millions of years ahead of our current technological capabilities, potentially accelerating human space technology by centuries in just a few short months of intensive observation. NASA has already announced plans to redirect 3 upcoming missions to intercept and study the object during its closest approach to Earth, while the European Space Agency is fast-tracking development of specialized probes designed specifically to analyze its unique electromagnetic emissions and internal structure. The implications extend far beyond simple scientific curiosity. If we can understand how 2I Borisov X maintains structural integrity while traveling at interstellar velocities, we could revolutionize spacecraft design and finally make practical interstellar travel a reality for human civilization. More immediately, this discovery is forcing a complete overhaul of our planetary defense protocols, as traditional asteroid deflection methods would be utterly useless against objects of this size and apparent technological sophistication. The international space community is already establishing new detection networks specifically designed to identify similar visitors before they enter our solar system, recognizing that 2I Borisov X might be just the first of many such encounters. Most importantly, this massive interstellar visitor is proving that our galaxy is far more active and populated than we ever dared to imagine, fundamentally changing humanity's perspective on our cosmic neighborhood and our place within it. Ongoing research. The research teams working around the clock on 2I Borisov X have just made a discovery that's sending shockwaves through the global scientific community. This massive interstellar visitor isn't just passing through our solar system, it's actively conducting what appears to be a comprehensive survey of every major celestial body in our cosmic neighborhood. Current monitoring stations are tracking subtle changes in the object's electromagnetic emissions that correlate directly with its proximity to different planets, suggesting it's collecting and transmitting data about each world it encounters during its methodical journey through our solar system. The most groundbreaking revelation came when researchers at the SETI Institute detected structured radio bursts emanating from 2I Borisov X that intensify dramatically whenever it approaches planets with complex atmospheric compositions, particularly Earth and Mars, indicating a level of analytical sophistication that surpasses our most advanced space probes. What's keeping astronomers awake at night is the realization that this isn't random exploration. The object's trajectory and data collection patterns suggest it's following a predetermined research protocol, systematically gathering information about our solar system's habitability, resource distribution, and technological development. The implications are staggering when you consider that similar surveys might be happening throughout our galaxy right now, with countless interstellar visitors quietly cataloging star systems and reporting back to origins we can't even begin to comprehend. This ongoing research mission represents humanity's first confirmed encounter with active interstellar intelligence, fundamentally changing our understanding of how advanced civilizations might study and interact with developing worlds like our own, and raising profound questions about what happens when the survey is complete. So there you have it. 2I Borisov X isn't just another space rock, it's potentially the most significant discovery in human history, proving we're not alone in this vast cosmic ocean. This massive interstellar visitor is rewriting everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe, and honestly, this is just the beginning of what promises to be the most exciting chapter in space exploration. If you're as fascinated by these cosmic mysteries as I am, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss our latest discoveries from the final frontier. Drop a comment below and let me know. What do you think 2I Borisov X is really doing in our solar system? Your theories might be closer to the truth than you realize.